to my channel, Techvangelists. And if you're joining this channel for the first time, I want to say you're welcome. I think you're in the right place. I missed all the YouTube channels, tech YouTube channels on YouTube. I didn't just say that. Okay, scratch that. Today, as you can see from the title, no wasting time as we like to do it here. We want to talk about the agent development kit from Google. I think this package or this library is fantastic. As you will see here, I'm on the Google ADK page. It says it's a flexible modular framework for developing and deploying AI agents. However, if you look through YouTube right now, most of the videos are using Gemini models. Of course, Google made something, right? And they have to showcase their models as the flagship models to work for their framework that they produced. So I've decided that some of us who don't have all the resources, of course, Gemini is free to some extent, and you can get the API, you can get API keys to run it, but at some point you're going to run out of the limit. Plus, we want our data to be fully hosted locally. We don't want our data to go to any third party. So I want to show you today how you can leverage ADK with Ollama. Ollama is this also a service that we can use to run local models. So let's see Ollama. I've made videos about Ollama before, so I'm not going to spend so much time talking about Ollama. The model we are going to be using today is Llama 3.2 model. So what you can do right now is just to pull it in. Just go to Llama 3.2, pick the 3 billion parameter model. If you just pull it and run it like this from Ollama, then you're sure to have the latest one, which is the 2 gig size, the 3 billion parameter one. So that's the one we'll be using today. If you don't know how to install Ollama, please watch the video up there. But crash course. Just click on download for your operating system, select your operating system, and eventually you get Ollama. So if you have Ollama on your system, if you run Ollama like this, sorry, not Ollama, but Ollama, hopefully I get that correctly, you should get all the models that you've pulled in to your system this way. So this is the list of all the models that I've put in. All right, so that's Ollama. Let's close that. That's not exactly what we are interested in. We are interested in ADK from Google. Now we've installed Ollama. The next thing to do is to install Google ADK, but I'll be doing that via the UV. UV is also a newly trendy, I would say, framework to install Python packages. It's very, very good. And I think, in my opinion, it's better than pip. So what I'm going to do right now is to create a new folder. Notice I'm just very excited to share this with you. I'll create a new folder. I say ADK, Ollama, AI, whatever. I would open that folder, my desktop. Once that is done, I need a few things to run. So what I need here, I will be installing these packages. Now, UV, like I said, is so good. You don't need any requirements.txt. All you need to do, first of all, to check that there's UV, type UV. If it's there, good luck to you. If you don't have UV installed, you can also look for a way to install UV. If you're on Mac, Homebrew, install UV, and life is easy. Okay, if UV is installed, what you need to then do is first UV init. Easy. See, it creates a hello.py, the Python version that you're using. This is so good. It maintains everything. It's just exactly like npm. It works like npm. It creates this TOML file, and when you start to add your packages, it will add them into these dependencies, and of course a readme. All right, we are not interested in that. So clear, gone. What we need to do now is UV add, and now instead of pip, from this package we take Google ADK. We will need Google ADK we will need light LLM, like so. We will need Ollama, like so. We will need OpenAI, like so. We are not going to do anything with OpenAI. We just need their interface because we need the models that have a OpenAI compatible endpoints. That's all we need. And we need Yahoo Finance. Let's see Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance. And I think that's all we need. Maybe .env. All right, so we add all these things, and yes, you see it created a new environment folder .venv, and we are going to activate that very soon. Once this is installed, I'm going to skip to the point after the installation, and then we can continue. Okay, our installation is completed. Now let's go back to ADK. That's what we're interested in, right? So there are a lot of tutorials, a lot of sample agents and stuff, quick start. What we need after installing this, the second one is to create an agent. How do we do that? Simple. Let's do it this way. With command prompt, simple command, ADK create app. And now it says ADK not found. You know why? We've not activated our environment. So let's go on and do that right now. Venv bin activate. This is for Mac OS. If you're on Windows, find how to do it on Windows. Okay, this is done, and now we are activated. We can go back again and create this app. And if that works, we should get an app created by ADK. So our goal here is to create an agent that looks at Yahoo Finance and gives the stock price of whatever we ask for. Okay, now see, Google is very smart. Google is very smart. They're asking you, do you want to use Gemini? Because that's their model, but we don't want to use Gemini. So we pick the second option, option 2, other models, fill later. We pick that, and notice what happens. It creates a folder called app. I'm going to delete this hello because we don't need it. Now it creates a folder called app. In this app folder, take a look at the structure. This is a compulsory structure that you must have for the ADK framework. Do not forget, compulsory structure. You must have agent.py, init.py, and this could be anything. Your folder name for the agent could be anything, but make sure that inside that folder you have init.py and you have agent.py. So this is a sample agent. I'm just going to go through it right now real quick. And what we need, like I said, is an agent that looks at Yahoo Finance and gives us a stock price. So imagine that this is our stock price. I'm going to paste code here. There's no magic here. It's just pretty simple stuff. We are going to import Yahoo Finance because we need it. So import Yahoo Finance as YF. It will check the stock price of the ticker. It needs a ticker. It will find the current price. The ticker can be AAPL, for example, for Apple, maybe TSL for Tesla, some things like this. Yeah. So if we eventually get to call the right tool, then we know that we have something. So notice the structure of the agent. The agent has a model. Agent is from ADK, has a model, has a name, has a description and instruction. You really have to fill this properly so that the agent, so that the model knows which agent to pick eventually when it's picking. So again, we are going to import LLM, light LLM here from ADK. Okay, that is good. So we've not done so much. We've only added one function, which is our tool, to get stock price. And the same, we've told it that this is a stock price agent. So let's say it's a stock price agent. The description is an helpful agent that gets stock price. The instruction: get the stock price tool, use this tool, and that's the tool. And then we pass the name of that tool in the tools parameter as a list, and that's all. Can you believe that? That is literally all. Last thing, we need a root agent. This is a requirement from the ADK framework. You must always have a root agent. So we assign the base agent to the root agent, and that's literally everything. Now, let's see it in action. If everything works correctly, we should have something. How do you run your agent? Now let's look at the way you can run it here. So you can use the web. All you need to do is run ADK web or the terminal. Run the name of your folder, in our own case is app, or as an API server, you need to just run the API server and you serve it this way. So in our case, we should try to use the web, which I will do right now. So if everything goes well, fingers crossed, ADK and then web. We'll wait for it. It will load up and we will try to ask, what is the stock price for Apple? And it's a real-time data, of course, because this model does not know the stock price. This model, Llama 3.2, does not know the stock price of Apple. It's impossible. So we try. Let's do that. We run at 8,000. And there you go. Agent development kit. For the first time, we have agent development kit. We can maybe move this a little bit. And now we can ask, look, our app is loaded. What is the stock price for Apple? If it goes well, fingers crossed, we should get the stock price for Apple. And we are going to verify that if it's correct or not. Right now, it's processing. It will make a call to the tool. We will see it, as you've seen. It made a call to that tool called get stock price, and the price is 202. Let us check. Yeah, Yahoo Finance. So let's check Yahoo Finance. Look at that, 202.82. That is absolutely correct, $202.82. And that's how you know that get stock price was called. Now there's another way to do this. I found that there was another way to invoke this model, because sometimes this Ollama chat thing doesn't work. So I'm going to show you another way to make that work. We could do it like this. Instead of model this way, we can pass model this way. Now notice the difference. I'm explicitly calling the API base, which is this one, and the model is OpenAI, and we specify this model. So like I told you, we only need that framework as a base to recognize the kind of compatibility endpoints and the API key, of course, because OpenAI uses API key. This would then require API key. So in the API key, you can just pass Ollama, which is free anyway. So I'll take this off. We'll try it again and see if we are still able to get the same results. Okay, it's running. I will reload, and now I would say, hi, how are you? Just to exchange some pleasantries. We don't expect it to call any tool. We just expect it to answer, because we've not asked anything about stock price right now, but it's calling the tool. Yes, it says, yeah, because it kept the state, I suppose. The stock price for Apple is that. How can I assist you today? Okay, maybe something is cached. I should try to clear the cache. and say, hi, how are you? How are you? Of course, we might have to fine tune the instruction, but it's immediately just going for the stock price. Okay. Yes, so it says, I'm doing well, thank you for asking. And helpful assistant, and it's explaining what, for example, blah blah blah. Okay. And I'll say, give me the stock price for Tesla, for example. Notice that, of course, this is real-time data. It's getting the stock price for Tesla, and for Tesla it's 3.02. So let's see if that is correct. Tesla, and there you have it, 332.05. That's exactly what we got. So this is ADK with Ollama, and the possibilities are just endless possibilities. Yes. One more thing, if you would like to delegate another agent, let's say you want the current time. Of course, this model does not know the current time, so I'm going to do like this. Bring in the date time here, and that's another tool that we now have. So this is the main agent. I will give it what we call sub agent. But to have a sub agent, what we can do here is to I think there is a new parameter that we can pass. Sub agent, correct. So sub agent, then we can create another agent. This time around, we can call this one a time agent. So that provides the current time. The get time tool, yes. We are allowing Copilot to do his job. Get current time, and that's it. Okay, we're good with that, and we can close this here. All right, so hopefully that is correct. What we now need to do is, this one is an agent, this other one has to be an LLM agent. The base agent has to be an LLM agent. We can import that from let's see if, yes, LLM agent. Okay, we can import that from ADK agent. This one has to be LLM agent. The difference is that the agent is a subclass to the base agent class. I would explain all this very soon. So we have a time agent. It's got a tool to get current time. And we have the LLM agent that uses the model. It has the get stock price. It also has a sub agent. And this sub agent, I'm now going to pass the time agent into it. So think of it as an orchestrator. So again, the base agent is our root agent. We cancel this and we try again. So hopefully it works. This is me trying it for the first time. So fingers crossed. Hopefully it works. I'll say, what is the stock price for, what other company can we talk about? IBM, maybe. Oh, there's no company like IMB. Sorry, I wanted to say IBM. Let's see if there's a company like IMB. Yes, it's not available. Okay, I meant IBM. Okay, so it will get the stock price for IBM, and the stock price is 265. We know that that's correct. We don't need to check it. And now I say, okay, what is the current time? And now we expect it to transfer to a different agent. And it says function time agent is not found in the tools dictionary. So it tried to use the time agent. It tried to do that, to use that time agent. But something happened. Let's see what happened. Okay, maybe we need to give it some more instruction. Always use the get current time tool. Yes, all right. We need to give maybe this one some more instruction to tell it to route that to the other agent if there is. So this is called time agent. It's called time agent. What is the name? Let's take the name is called time agent. Okay, so we say time agent. So let's do that. You have access to that. So you have access to a specially sub agent called time agent for time related queries. Okay, let's see after we add this particular instruction if it works. I will be glad. After this one, I'll then show you how you can run it in the command line as well. So as not to take time here, I'll go again and say, what is the stock price for Tesla? It should give me that comfortably, no problem about that. And then it works. I will show you, of course, the process of what this looks like. And now tell me what the current time is. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, we leave it at that. Oh, it's transferring to agent. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. And then see, it looks for that, and then it tells us the time, which is 11:04, correct, which is actually 11:04 right now by my time. You cannot see it, but yes, it is. So according to the current stock price, which I received from stock price agent, the current stock price is that, the current time is this. It puts everything together, and that's what it did. It transferred to the agent. Very good. So it's nice to see all the workings around the agent transfer. This framework is just so good. So let's look at what happened here. The stock price agent received the request. This is the request, this instruction, the description, fetch the current stock price given blah blah blah, and it called that. And what the response, the current stock price for Tesla is this. So you can see the workings and how the call was routed. It goes back to the stock price, it goes back again, and on like that. This one was transferred. There's an internal transfer that is done by the ADK framework that we don't see. When you pass sub agent, it does the transfer to agent, but you must actually tell it specifically in the instructions, which is what we didn't do the first time. So I hope that gave you like an idea of how to use the ADK framework using Ollama. Like I said, the possibilities are just endless. Now we can create a whole orchestration of agents and we just start building things. So I'll leave it at that for now on this video. And if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, do make sure to subscribe, do make sure to like and share this video. Until next time, if you have any idea as well or have any questions about this, please make them in the comment section. I'm always reading your comments. And if you also want me to do another video on something similar or something different about this topic or even a different one, also put it in the comment and I would pick it up from there. On to the next one, guys. See you later. Bye.